Hi, my name is Mark Polton, a buy and hold real estate investor in the greater Charlotte, North Carolina area. It's about 7 p.m. on a Sunday night, so sun's going down. Gonna have to deal with the glare. Nobody watches anyway, so not a big deal. But I wanted to talk about a subject that's very near and dear to my heart, and that's what are you willing to pay or what are you willing to sacrifice to get to what you want? Right now it's 7 p.m. on a Sunday. Could be watching SportsCenter if I had cable. Could be at the bar if I was going to drink tonight, or I could just be relaxing with my wife and kids if I actually liked them. But I don't like any of those, so I'm out mowing lawns. So I did 3 big lawns today, collected $220 in weekly rent from another, and I took my son to get some modeling clay. But that's my Sunday. That's most Sundays for me. You know, I can't remember. I mean, every once in a while, like every 6 weeks or so, I'll actually just flat out take a day off. That's pretty rare. I always have something going on. I may not head out to a home after I do my W-2 job, but you know, I work. You know, it may be, you know, paying bills. You know, working on a closing. I mean, the business it never ends. You know, and if I absolutely have nothing to do, there's always bookkeeping that needs to get done. So I'll give you one of my current projects. We were using Arlo cameras. Good little camera, battery operated, great value if you get them used. Just not sufficient for Airbnb. I'm going to be bringing up I think it's called Security Spy for the Mac with some power over Ethernet cameras. I'm going to be doing that and installing those in one of our Airbnbs. If that goes well, I'll do it in the other. But, you know, what are you willing to sacrifice to get to what you want? And part of that is building a good base. So when I started out with my wife, I had 3 homes. One was rented and paid on regular. The other 2 had people in them, but they never paid, and I was too big of a wuss to evict them. It's not who I am now. You don't pay, you're gone. But my wife moved into my home after we got married, and then we had her A-class property. And those are the 4 properties we started with when we started to do this as a business. And we picked up a couple more homes. Difficult to finance them all and get them rented and get them done. Didn't know a whole lot compared to what we do today, but you know, we built up a good base, and we struggled. For years, I was always having to put contributions into the business bank account to not bounce checks, and we weren't always successful. Sometimes I still bounce checks. We've had the county levy our bank account at least 3 times for unpaid property taxes, which hurts a lot. You know, be nice if they give you a little friendly call saying, hey, we're doing this next week. You know, but hey, it's government. What the hell do they care? As long as they get paid. And you know, through all that and the way we purchased homes and stuff like that, we actually have a boatload of equity. Got a lot of debt, you know, and I'd say a good 100,000 of that is not good debt, but you know, we're certainly able to service it. And barring things like what recently happened, where we had to spend $9,000 in plumbing, which ultimately ended up in us having to replace a sewer line and a water line in a house that we just newly rented, we should be able to start paying that debt down. So, you know, with that good base, we now have more options. And I can't stress enough the importance of getting that strong base. So we're looking right now at taking out a portfolio loan. That's where you lump, and it looks like the minimum is 5 doors. So that could be like a triplex and a duplex, 4 single-family homes, a duplex and 3 single-family homes together into one instrument, and borrowing from the totality of the value of those properties. Now, I'd like to get $400,000 or $500,000 out of that. If we do, I'll refinance some debt or pay off some debt that is expensive and not on great terms. but I need to find the right portfolio lender to make that happen. You know, I see one portfolio lender that has like 3, 5, and 10-year terms, which on $400,000 is a pretty steep payment. Even if you could get it at 5% interest, it's a pretty steep payment. I have another one that has a 30-year option, but you know, they want 1 or 2 points, which is pretty steep if you ask me. Steep price to pay. It'd be nice if I could find one that, I mean, you're going to get gouged because it's a commercial product. You're going to get gouged in fees and stuff like that. But so why is this important? Why is this a big deal? Well, I don't know. I listen to the one rental at a time guy, and he doesn't seem to think there's going to be a housing crisis. I talk to other people, and they're like, oh, forbearance, and, you know, lack of evictions, and all that. You know, there's going to be a housing crisis. I don't know, but I think it's coming next year that we're going to see a fundamental change in the housing market in the United States. And I want to be in a situation where I can do that. I also want to have all my homes rented. And right now we have a duplex, and we're under contract on a really nice single-family home that has some fire damage. I need to get those done by the end of the year, and that's not that much time, or at least by the end of Q1 of next year. So what will that do for me? Well, if I have $400,000 on the sidelines in cash, give or take, and maybe access to another $100,000 in credit, I want to be able to buy a portfolio of products. You know, 1-off and 2-off homes is a really good business model when you're inexperienced. But I'm looking at retirement. I mean, that's the ultimate goal. I'm looking to replace my income and my wife's income with passive income. And my house number for financial freedom, which is different. Financial freedom is 40 homes or 40 doors. I figure that once I have 40 doors, I'm never going to have to work again. Not a traditional W-2 job. It's still work. But I think at 25 homes, both of us could probably retire if we wanted to. And so that's the goal. We're closing on 16. That means I need 9 more. If I can buy 9 more homes for $400,000, $450,000, that, you know, can push me over the edge. You know, get them, rehab them, jack the rents up, get good tenants in them. I don't have to work anymore, and that is very, very exciting to me. So, I guess the lesson of this video is, it goes back to my old saying, baby steps are still steps. I can't tell you how many times I'll be working on a home and it'll seem like months have passed and we've made no progress. But, you know, maybe around month 4, you're like, holy shit, we're almost done. You know, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. And, you know, doing that over and over and over again, I've been doing it for about 5 years. You know what? It's not the accelerated quantum leap methodology of doing it. Most people can't do that. I couldn't do it at the time. I didn't know enough. I didn't have enough experience. Didn't have enough confidence. I just didn't know what I didn't know. And it's a lot different now. So I think that we can start to accelerate this more. I have a feeling that we're at the point, and I have to trust my gut a lot, where we can actually go out, we can start to do these portfolio loans. They're expensive. Pull out this equity, and then it's kind of like on the roller coaster. Once we hit the top of the roller coaster, it's all downhill from there, and it tends to accelerate quickly. I read a lot of books, listened to a lot of podcasts, watched a lot of videos of people who say the same thing. I also don't want to over leverage or, you know, get myself in a bad position where I lose everything like a lot of people did in 08 and 09. So anyways, these are my thoughts on building a good base and then being able to capitalize on that, and hopefully being able to accelerate. What are your thoughts? Leave them in the comments section below. Like, share, subscribe. And if you actually watch this video to the end, you are the only one. wish you success.